Hey, I'm Robert. I've been working as a fly fishing guide for 15 years now, and I might shoot myself in the foot today, but I'm gonna tell you my best advice on how to get the most out of a guide or a guiding day as simply possible. Today, we're located in a river called Geirlandsá. It's in a narrow canyon in the southern Iceland. This is part of the Battle Hill Lodge program. So here we do full week trips. So it's 6 days of fishing. During the years, I've done a lot of single day tours as well. This advice will apply for both, and also it applies to any place in the world when it comes to booking a fishing guide. What I'm gonna focus on today is to get a good start of the guiding. That applies of course for a short trip when your hours are limited. It's just gonna be a short fishing session. But I would say this is very useful on a multi-day trip as well, because if you can get a good start out of the 2, 3, 5, 6 days of fishing, then you will get a much better experience out of it. I have an opinion which I'm quite clear with and might be a bit controversial even among some fellow guides. So that is that my most important mission as a guide is not for you to catch as much fish as possible. It's not. My most important mission is for, well, number one is to everyone will come home safe after the day. That's nothing else is more important. But secondly, it is that fulfill your goals with the day. That is like the most important. I don't get more paid or more like anything by we catching more numbers. On some places it might be that it's a lot of pressure that the guides need to deliver. But for me, it is if the guests come home happy and fulfilled with the day, that is the most important thing. And remember that when you are out there with a guide or you booked a guided trip, that you share what you would like to get out of the day. It's super important. Maybe already in the booking stage that you have that all like on the same level, but extra important, at least when you meet up with a guide, talk about what you would like to do. The one person that says, okay, I want to catch big fish and I want to do, okay, but then you need to do this and you need to do hard work and you need to fish these and these and these different locations. I'm gonna be meeting that with like pushing them and demanding to work harder. Okay, maybe we do that long walk or long drive to this remote place and it's maybe not as pretty as many other places, but it is that chance for that one big fish. The other one I might just adapt and do some nice places and spectacular nature and really, where it might just be, often it's not, now I take two extremes, but you know what I mean. It's often a bit of balance of the both. Of course, there will always be the chance for a big fish and it's often nice nature as well. It's a luxury to be guiding at such a nice place as Battle Hill Lodge here in Iceland, where it's just the dream combination of them both. I hope you get my mindset here. It's no one that is chasing me, trying to push me to get as many fish as possible. So when you share your expectations before the day, that is something I consider very heavily in adapting the day. So we agree that me as a guide, I will do my very best to fulfill your dreams and expectations of the day. And what we need as guides from you is honesty. That is something I really wish to get, both when it comes to like physical abilities. For example, if you have any limitations in walking or casting for a long day or so that you can get some back pain, share that so we don't do the mistake of doing the tough walk or the place where you need to really do long casts over many hours. Then we're perhaps able to adjust so you will get a good day. It's all that we care about. You get a good day out of it. So share with honesty your physical abilities And very much as well, and this can be hard, be honest about your experiences in fishing. Can be sensitive, I know, but try to tell honestly, like what your skills are, if you're good at casting or not. Don't tell that you are an expert and know everything if you don't. I mean, all we try to do or understand is what we can work with and give the best day as possible to you. So when we ask that in the beginning of the day or before the guiding, don't lie there. I mean, just be honest. Rather undersell you a little bit so we don't put you on too difficult of a mission or so. Now when we cover these two key pillars, the honesty part and the expectations part. And if these two don't meet, let's say you have expectations of catching a lot and really big fish, and then your level of experience doesn't meet that, and you try to like oversell it, then it's that to try to oversell your experiences, like your knowledge in fishing. That's a risk of when you get into what can be a bad day on the water. It is good beforehand that you are able to talk about this, that it requires like that you do this and that. I'm gonna teach you that during the day, but it's gonna be hard to expect that you find a lot of success like today. It takes some time to practice this. So now I can teach you what you need to know, and then we'll do like the honest try to get them. I know it sounds funny talking about this, but for some people it is like they think this is a moment to brag when it comes to when we ask about your experiences from before. We just want to know to get a good day out of it. So don't try to oversell you here. That's all we want. Something that any good guiding company will be able to provide is a good set of like required gear to bring, but also being able to tell like what if you have like high expectations on what you want to get out of the day, some bonus advice on what other rods to bring that may suit for more technical fishing or whatever. That's can be good to do some research there. Look at some videos from the place that you're going to, or just ask in an email or so before the trip. That can make or break the trip if you have really like high expectations on it. You want a lot of result out of the sessions. I have the privilege in my job to meet people on their perhaps best days in their lives. I mean, they look so much forward to the experience of coming to fish with me, and yeah, it's just amazing. People are happy and just enjoying the moment. I can just speak for myself in my own, if I go on a fishing trip, that it gets toxic to feel stress or doubt when I'm fishing. So just trust the process of fishing, that it is not gonna always be good. So just trust the process of fishing and don't feel stressed about it. I mean, don't expect too much out of the fishing. If things doesn't go as planned, that you don't catch fish every cast, don't feel stressed about it, because it's not gonna make your day any better by doing that. I try to apply in my fishing that I try to do as good as possible. I make sure to put in the time fishing the area properly, but then I don't expect the catch to come to me. All I try to do is the best I can. In my role of guiding, I try to be very honest with that. That's like when I try to visualize, when I stand next to the person fishing, I visualize like, okay, if I stood there with a rod, what would be the one thing that I would do differently? And I often tell that. and then try to, after that, if that applies and the person start to do that, then I can try to think of the next thing that would make the biggest difference. But if things doesn't work, if I explain something or if I tell someone to do something and they don't do it, it's often because they don't understand why. So then you have to do the process of explaining why I would like to do an upstream mend when it lands, because it does this and this for the fly, and try to visualize, explain, so the person would see what I mean. That's often how I go through the day. But I try to be very honest, like I really believe in what you're doing right now and it looks good. Maybe try to do this and this different. Yeah, it's super important not to feel the doubt. And yeah, don't stress out about it. Then you're gonna have a much better day as well. I hope you found this useful for your next guiding trip. And for more specific on how to approach the area that we're in now at Battle Hill Lodge, I put together a video where I describe the different types of pools that we fish and the setups that we use for it. So if you're coming on a guided trip with me, might be here, you have a video right here for it. So see you over there.